Hey everybody, it's social media producer Tom Barnes from the WGN News. The Chicago scene up in Lake Geneva, which proves to be more than just a summer place. I mean, it is lively, it's bustling. Winterfest has been going on, and the Valentine's Day weekend is upon us. And this is the perfect spot for a little getaway because they have old historic mansions with tons of ghost tour lore. They have the beautiful resorts in the frozen lake, and I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do here in Lake Geneva, like hovercrafting and ice sculptures and even candle making. The whole thing happening now on the Chicago scene here in Lake Geneva, where you can see these things when you're walking through the streets. Pretty cool, right? All right, we're going to head over to the ice sculptures exhibit right there on Wrigley Drive. All right, this is half of what makes this area famous. The summertime is the one half, and then the other half are these ice sculptures here in Lake Geneva. And I'm with my friend Stephanie. How you doing?
I'm doing great, but you better say snow sculptures because
Snow sculptures.
I used the word ice sculptures once, and the snow sculptures moved me off the stage.
Okay, well, I'll learn from your mistake.
All right, good.
So what are we looking at right here?
Okay, so this is one of the Wisconsin teams, and of course I'm a Wisconsin gal, so go Wisconsin.
Okay.
We have 3 Illinois teams and 3 Wisconsin teams, and this is a tribal dance. And what I like about it is it shows a lot of motion and movement, and how they do that. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Here. So this comes to us from our friends in Illinois, and it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And you said they just finished these, right?
It was tools down at 11.
Let's sneak up here real quick.
Let's check this out. And
So
what I like is it's 72 hours of live reality TV without the TV.
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
And the weather seems to be perfect for this kind of stuff this year, right?
It really is. And this team from Illinois is called the Band of Misfit Boys.
All right.
Yeah, and this is called Foul Play.
Oh, they're judging right now, huh?
Yes. No, but I got. And they get judged by their teammates, and no team can vote for themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This sculpture is cool because the woman who did this, she's the lead captain, and 2 guys who are on her team. She's actually a sand sculptor. So she's from Florida. This is the first time we've ever had Team Florida in the competition. And again, this is the U.S. National Snow Sculpting Championship. So she, one time, was doing these, sand castles and sand artistry. And she went to Maine and just thought, I'm going to try this. And in a blizzard, competed and won.
That's incredible.
So I love this. I love this.
And a little dose of Midwest reality, right? So this stays up at this park. This is Riviera Park or Flatiron Park?
This is Riviera Plaza.
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's the center of downtown Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
And now,
Busy today because of Winterfest?
yes, and you and I are going to head over to Flatiron Park if you have time.
Oh, for sure.
I love this one. This is from Team Colorado. Some souvenirs. And Colorado has been a really laid-back, fun team.
Yeah, and they just got these, looks like flags to kind of mark, it almost looks like a tailgate out here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And we have vendors out here selling hot dogs and brats. And so it really does feel like a winter party.
For sure. Where can people find information about just coming to Lake Geneva to check out the sculptures, even after Winterfest?
You bet. Go to visitlakegeneva.com. We have every major event. We have all the hotels, all the restaurants, special stories, so it's your one-stop shop.
And you also have hovercrafts on the
Oh,
lake. I'm going to be doing that in a little bit,
You
but
know what?
we got a little preview. Let's run over here real quick.
yeah,
and
let's
see.
check it out because you're a better man than me.
Why, is it terrifying?
Well, you're going to be flying. I mean, you are skimming over the ice.
Okay.
It's a trip.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking time to spend it out in the freezing cold with me.
Thank you. This has been fun.
Yeah, there you go. Those sculptures will be out as long as winter allows for. I'm heading over to the hovercraft, like Stephanie said. Now I'm a little scared. I'm gonna check it out either way. That's coming up next, so hang on. I gotta meet the man in charge, so I make sure I get all my pointers. This is Terry. How you doing, Terry?
Just fine.
So this is normal for you, this cold weather, ice, the whole thing, and that's where these come into play, because this is about, you use these on the ice, but they also work on the regular water as well, right?
Correct. They'll go on land, water, snow, ice, mud, grass.
So it makes it able to get in spots they're not most boats can't get to, right?
Well, yes, and a hovercraft actually rides on a cushion of air.
Which is kind of what you have in your hand there, right?
Yes, most people think that this is an inner tube, but it actually is a thing we call a skirt. And what it does is when it's sitting at rest, it's like this. The air blows into it, it raises up and creates a bubble of air underneath. So you're actually riding on about 6 to 8 inches of air underneath the craft.
I had no idea. How fast does it allow you to then go on open ice like this?
Well, if this was smooth ice out here, I've had this one up to about 65 miles an hour. When it gets like this, you might be about 45 to 50.
That's still pretty intense. And I noticed that lakes seem like they're completely flat when they're frozen, but they're not.
No.
There's little. Why don't you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, lakes actually can freeze with waves in them, and they can create a wave motion in them. And so as they begin to freeze, they begin to get humps. Now out here, what you're finding is a lot of snow drifts out there, and so you're getting a lot of that. But the lake is actually kind of funny. It'll change, and every week it'll change out here. So you might come out today and it's like this, and next week you might have open water out there someplace.
That much it changes on a week-to-week basis.
Yes, we've had times like that. In fact, last year we had one time where we came out here and you couldn't even walk out there because it was all melted already.
Oh, wow.
And the week before we'd had people walking out there.
So you guys are sold out right now, but for people who want to see where reservations open up, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, for this weekend, we're pretty much sold out.
Right.
But we are looking at doing other locations.
Yeah.
And so if you follow us at TLS Windsled on Facebook, I'll keep people posted on where we're going to be. One of the coolest aspects of Lake Geneva is its history, right? And this place, Pier 290, has some of the most unique history in Lake Geneva. Anything from delivering the mail around the lake, to buying a boat, reclaim wood, to build this brand new restaurant and marina. I'm gonna go inside and talk to Colin. He's gonna tell me all about it right now. All right, we made it inside to this historic marina with my friend Colin. How you doing, Colin?
I'm well, and yourself?
I am great. So here at Pier 290, why don't you just give me the rundown of what this place is and what it means to the Lake Geneva area?
Sure. Well, we are part of a historic family-owned marina. Bill Gage is the third-generation steward of the company, so we've been around since the 50s. His grandfather bought an excursion boat business, and eventually over time we've grown into what we are today. We've done things with the excursion boats, just giving tours around the lake. We also deliver the mail around the lake,
Which is incredible. I didn't know that. So you every day during the summertime, mostly,
Yes. Yep.
you deliver the mail around the lake, give the post office a little break, right?
Yeah, yep. So we actually have dock hoppers, kids that will jump from our mail boat onto an individual's pier, deliver the mail, and then jump back on the boat. So it's a really interesting experience. It's been featured on USA Today because we're one of the only communities, if not the only community, that still does this.
And you flip the marina into this beautiful restaurant you have permanent piers, and you also bring in piers in the summertime to let boats come up and dock and be able to serve food. And you even sell boats at this place. It's like a one-stop shop for everything here.
That's correct. We're extremely multifaceted, from our pier repair to marine technicians to guys cooking salmon in the back. This where we're standing right now used to be the original marina, so this was the sales and service center, and it has been converted. We basically combined 3 different buildings and created this living museum of lake history, so to speak. Where you can come in and dine, get a great meal right on the lake. We even still have the original tracks, the rails where they would lower boats into the lake, right in the middle of our dining room floor.
Wow, that's incredible. And not only that, you have adapted for the times that we're in with the outdoor spaces, the igloos, the patio space that's been converted into kind of a giant igloo that just provides a space for everybody to be socially distant and be safe and all that good stuff. It's amazing.
That's correct. Yeah, we actually just went through a rather large renovation. We replaced all the decking on the the front deck, and then kind of changed the way our canopies are. We went from a seasonal to a year-round canopy. We put a hard roof in that's insulated, which has allowed us to expand out a little bit, expand our tables out, and then we heat it in the wintertime, so we're actually able to use that space outside, fresh air, but still comfortable on the weekends in the wintertime.
And one of the things before we are finished, I almost forgot, the wood in here and a lot of materials are from reclaimed mansions and things like that in this dining room, right?
That's correct. Our owner, Mr. Bill Gage, he has a passion for lake history, and when they started taking down some of these older homes, he would go to the estate sales and purchase a lot of the fixtures, the reclaimed wood, and things like that, and that's what we use to build our restaurant with.
Very cool, Colin. Thanks a lot for sharing the time and showing me around. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
A lot more than you thought here at Pier 290 in Williams Bay, right on Lake Geneva. Let's see what else we get to check out on this winter getaway here in Lake Geneva. On to the next thing, yeah? All right. All right, the next stop on the Chicago Scene Getaway in Lake Geneva, the Candle Mercantile right here in downtown Lake Geneva, where you get to learn how to make your own candles. The whole thing, scented and all. I'm gonna go in there right now and chat with the owner. So let's walk inside, yeah? All right, I've made my way in and I met the owners, Liz and Leanne. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. You guys been open since 2019. You survived the pandemic thus far based on what you offer up, which is a little bit something different. So why don't you explain the process of the way that people make candles?
All right, so, well, we're a candle bar, so you can make reservations to pour your own candles.
And that's what you probably would recommend, right?
Yeah, and that's the bulk of what we do, probably. We do everything here in-house. We use soy wax.
And
We've got little tins out front for smelling. We've got about 90 on our wall here.
And that's what you kind of start with. You start with the process of kind of smelling all these candles all the way down, and then you go on to pick a container for the candle, right?
Absolutely, yep. So if you're pouring your own, we'll give you a clipboard, and you're gonna work your way along our wall of 90 cents, and you're gonna write down any and all of them that you like. So you choose whatever it is you're gonna make, and you bring that back up to your seat at the bar with you. And then one of our scent experts will kind of take a look at the different scents and help you come up with 2 to 3 fragrances to create your own custom blend.
It almost looks like you're a mixologist back there when you're doing these types of things with the I forgot the utensil, I should know it, that you pour your scents into. What's that called again?
It's called a jigger, so
That's
there's
right.
different measurements based on what product you're making. So.
And then you pick your top 3 and put it in there, mix it until your liking to the way you decide to fill the jigger, right?
Yep, so whatever you've chosen, 2 to 3 different fragrances, you're creating a blend. So you just start by adding a little bit of each scent and just kind of building on it there.
And then what do you do? What's the blowtorch thing that you guys are doing at the end there?
So once you've poured your candle, we wait an hour, and then the wax is solid enough that we're able to pull the wick center. And then we'll start a glazing process to heat the surface layer and make sure it's really smooth, make sure your wick is all centered. So it's a beautiful, perfect looking candle when you pick it up.
And I jumped ahead a little bit because before that you make a nice label that you can decorate yourself, and you guys put it on there and you kind of just get it ready to go, right?
Yep, you make your own custom label that we put on the bottom of the jar. Some people are very crafty and creative and do pictures. Some people just like to list their scents, so it really is whatever you prefer.
And the best part is that you can have a beer, a wine, a soda, and a snack while you do it all.
Oh, it's right here because it's an actual bar, right?
Forget the wine and beer, yes. So.
Wine, beer, soda, so kind of makes for the whole experience.
And you guys do the whole social distancing thing, but I would say probably recommending people do the reservations ahead of time just in case it's full.
Yeah, prior to COVID, we did take a lot of people on walk-ins. We recommended reservations if you had groups of 5 or more, but our new process is that we do request reservations just so we can limit our capacity and for staffing purposes. So
Wonderful. Where can people find you guys via social media?
we are on Facebook and Instagram as The Candle Mercantile, and our website is also The Candle Mercantile.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for showing me the process. It's real fun and it smells fantastic. So thank you.
Thank you for coming
Thanks
in.
for coming in.
Yeah, no problem. All right, that wraps up the Chicago scene here in Lake Geneva. TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. TBarness at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene or a Chicago scene on the road, I'm always listening. So hit me up. Thanks for watching.